First set, Miss Petra Kvitova to serve. Ready, play. Live.
Fifth appearance here for Kvitova, the leading Czech player on tour these days. There's 5 in the world's top 100. A finalist here 5 years ago where she lost to Marion Bartley. And a couple of weeks later found herself lifting the Wimbledon crown, her first.
Live.
Results have been very hard to come by for her this year. Quarter-final in Miami, probably her best effort. And a semi-indoors on the clay in Stuttgart. But it's been a stop-start season for her. Very strange.
But she feels she hasn't played badly in a lot of the matches she's lost. They've been tight. They just haven't gone her way. But this is a match where Konta can really play with a bit more freedom. Yesterday we saw Konta look very uptight, very tense until she got that first set under her belt. Was she able to free up?
Game is Kvitova.
Clean start from the former finalist.
First game.
And an ideal time of the day, late afternoon here at Devonshire Park. Winds dropped, court certainly hardening up with every ball that's hit. A packed house. This is the one they've all been waiting for. How lucky it is for Jo to be able to have her home just a few miles away down in Sovereign Harbour. And she lives with her parents, Gabor and Gabrielle, who moved here from Sydney when she was 14 years of age. It's very much home for her.
Now we associate power with Kvitova whenever we talk about her a lot of the times, but touch is something she possesses, and a lot of it. Don't underestimate her drop shots and her feel around the court.
Love 13.
Even though she can swing a little more freely in this match, I agree with you. I thought she was very tense against Sarenka, who she'd never beaten in their 2 previous meetings. Still, you know, there'll be some anxiety out here.
PT 30. 30 all.
What makes the serve so dangerous is that it's so tough to read the Konta serve. It's a very consistent ball toss she has. She's got the ability to kick it, to slice it, to flatten it out. Oof.
30-14. Deuce.
Has a great physique on her, does Jo. 5'11", 1m80. Good athlete.
Advantage, Miss Konta.
And looks trained to the minute, doesn't she? That works out and practices these days in northwest of Spain in a place called Gijón, which is actually at altitude. Trains in the mountains there with her 2 Spanish coaches.
Game, Miss Konta. One game off.
Nice start. I didn't actually realise that her maternal grandfather played football for Hungary, part of the famous 1950s Hungarian team that did so well in the World Cup. I'm not that up on my 1950s football, but I think any mention of Hungary in that time is very impressive. So clearly that's where she gets a few of her athletic genes from.
Love. Love. Correction was good.
It was inside the box.
30 love.
She knew when she hit it, didn't she? And it looks like she's found a very good early serving rhythm here, and that's
Oh, maybe not quite inside the box.
now, starting to get rather concerned about your eyesight.
Oops.
40 love.
Can shoot through on the grass court. It's not unusual to see players whiff a ball on a court like this.
Just diverted from its path, didn't it?
It's been good to see Petra Kvitova serve and volley more this year. It didn't pay off for her in that point, but it's certainly something she's been trying to do a lot more, especially since she started working with Samak.
Yeah, former top 20 doubles player. I guess she was all. It's always been on the table, hasn't it? Wanting her to do it for a long time. Didn't play here last year. Had to pull out with illness, and actually had to pull out in the quarterfinals the previous year to Heather Watson, who also was unwell there. So I need to wrap her up in cotton wool this week. Good start for Kvitova on her return to Devonshire Park. And no breaks so far in these opening 3 games.
Miss Kvitova leads by 2-1 first set.
What is so lovely about Petra Kvitova, top-class sportswoman, but so popular and respected, not just amongst her peers, but amongst her fellow Czechs as well, which I find extraordinary because she always seems to beat them.
She's got a great record against her fellow Czechs, yeah. But she's very laid back, very down to earth, very easygoing, easy to talk to. And that's what makes her so popular with her peers.
She's very unstarry. She comes from the eastern part of the Czech Republic, a place called Bilovec, where her father Yuri not only used to coach her, but he's the vice mayor apparently at the moment. I rather like that. She's got 2 older brothers who used to hit with her and didn't move to the Czech National Tennis Centre in Prostějov until she was 16, and very raw and rather overawed. And these days she's got an apartment in Monte Carlo and travels all over the world, is a superstar back home. Big life change for Petra.
I remember seeing Kvitova play as a 16-year-old, where she received a wild card into a challenger event in the Czech Republic, which I was at, and she was so raw back then, but you just knew she was going on to go on and achieve huge things. I mean, I'm not sure I could say I thought she'd ever be a Wimbledon champion, but she had a huge serve, she had huge strikes, and she was dangerous, and you could see it from an early age.
I saw her at 18 playing Fed Cup, and I thought, if that girl ever gets the ball anywhere near the court, watch out everyone else. And a few years later, she was a Wimbledon champion.
Love. Fifteen.
It's already thrown in a couple of double faults. I just wonder how much pressure she's feeling on that second serve. She's got a fantastic second serve, as you were talking about yesterday, but Kvitova really does give it a clonk. To cope with a break point in our last service game. 2 more here to deal with.
Superb serve there from Konta, saving one of the 2 break points.
30-14.
It's got to be that good, though, when you're up against Kvitova. You know, you place a serve into a hitting zone, that return is coming back with a lot of interest.
Deuce. Advantage, Miss Konta.
Oh, well done, Jo Konta.
Miss Konta. Two games all, first set.
Oh, yes.
Superb.
Love 15.
See the space, you open up the court well, like Konta did here. You've got to take your chances, and that's exactly what she did.
It's classic Jo, isn't it? That's always been her pattern of play.
Love
Well,
13.
here is an opening, an opportunity.
Oh, a little wild from Kvitova and really rocked by some of these returns.
Love 14.
And it's been Konta that's had to deal with all the break points so far in this match, but she's got 3 of her own now as Esteban Carril looks on. Good man is Esteban.
Correction was good.
That was a very late call from the line judge.
Goodness.
And Konta would have been in control of the point. So it was a fantastic return.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to take those on the chin. Great work from Zhang. So the point will be replayed.
Fifteen, 14.
There's nice Petra, and there's a mean streak in there as well, isn't there?
Net. First serve.
Didn't see that coming after 2 convincing service games, but Konta is the first to break. And a really good start in this 3rd round
Miss
for
Konta leads
the
by
British
3
number 1.
games to 2, first set.
And you've spent many years hitting with Jo at the National Tennis Centre. I mean, what's she like to practice with and be around?
She's one of the most meticulous people you'll ever meet in terms of how she prepares, how she goes about everything. She's very
disciplined.
You both are right.
Okay, I was going to say disciplined. I was going to dig you out of a hole there.
No, but I practiced for hours with her, and I'd be the first to admit I would never have thought that what's happened in the past 12 months has been incredible. What she's been able to achieve, I would never have called that. because she used to be someone who used to fret a lot, whether it was on the practice court, on the match court. If things weren't perfect, it used to really get to her. And you could see, because she is naturally highly strung, and she'll admit that herself. You know, you can't always be perfect. You know, you control what you can control, which she's better at doing now, and the rest, well, you just have to go with the flow. I mean, she talks about it a lot, not getting too high, not getting too low, trying to stay on an even keel.
Time.
And that's what she credits her success towards, and the work she's done with Johanna Konta away from the tennis court on the mental side. So much stronger now in the head than she ever used to be.
Oh yes, and again from Kvitova.
Love 15.
What do you think the strategy is for Konta?
She's got to weather the storm and accept that Kvitova will come up with some fantastic points. But for Konta, I mean, again on her service game, she's got to make sure she hits her spot on that serve, particularly off the first serve. That will be key for her. But also holding her ground.
Net.
I don't think she necessarily has to be right on that baseline all the time, because the weight of shot from Kvitova is something else. Having been on the receiving end and feeling like I was going to topple over with some of her strikes.
Out.
But it's important to recover well. Back up, give yourself a bit of time in some of these points,
15.
because the ball will come through hard and deep from Kvitova. But make sure you don't lose too much ground by getting stuck too far back behind the baseline. Recover well, but not necessarily right back onto the baseline. Been a double fault in each of her service games so far from Konta.
No, well played.
Konta did a great job holding her own, because there was a barrage of huge strikes coming from Kvitova in the back of the court, but she read that drop shot well and was up in good time.
Yeah, huge point to play at 15:30.
Net for serve.
Makes the most of those long levers, Kvitova.
30-40.
Yeah, she's like sort of extender woman, isn't she? Another opportunity here for Kvitova on the Konta serve.
Oh, now that was brave from Konta.
Deuce.
Break point down, not afraid to go for it. Straight into the space, which is what you've got to do against Kvitova. Play into the spaces, keep her on the move.
Miss Konta challenging the call on the red baseline. The was called out.
Good
Calls
challenge.
overturned. Advantage, Miss Konta.
Well, the point's not being replayed. Kvitova wandered over to the deuce court, but always very accepting of umpires' decisions. Oh, Konta doing brilliantly here.
Game Miss
And
Konta.
backs up the break in style.
Miss Konta leads by 4-2 first set.
It's extraordinary to see that she is in the lead in this opening set, because you're right, she has faced quite a barrage but has held her ground well. And it's Kvitova now, who might be a little frustrated out here with a lot of work to do in this opening set.
Live. Miss Konta challenge on the left baseline in the ball's court in.
Very close.
Some swing at the ball, wasn't it? It was a home run kind of swing.
Never too much margin when Kvitova's around.
But enough margin there.
And another good challenge from
Sails
Konta.
long.
15.
What has been a real feature of the set is Kvitova just missing.
And again.
15-13.
And she misses again. But some of these close misses she's had, it's credit to Konta for the number of balls, her defensive play, number of balls she's been able to put back into court. Forcing Kvitova to go for that extra bit
The
more.
centre court crowd really sensing something here. Couple of chances to go up a double break in this opening set. Konta far too much for Kvitova at the moment, and she will serve for this opening set.
New balls, please.
of summer, the most beautiful weather, blue skies, the grass court looking magnificent, packed house, and a British tennis player playing some tremendous tennis. Sadly, though, we're going to have to leave this on BBC Two in a couple of minutes' time, but coverage will continue online on the BBC Sport website and on connected TV. So for satellite and cable viewers only, this match is available on the red button, but you can also access it on the following channels, which you can see there: Sky and Freesat, channel 982, and Virgin Media 992. So that's how you can follow Jo Konta against Petra Kvitova. Obviously the British #1 is leading 5-2 and about to serve for the set. And we'll be back with you, by the way, tomorrow for the quarterfinals at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon on BBC Two.
Well, it's been quite some 30 minutes or so for the British #1, Jo Konta. He was really under the cosh in her opening 3 service games. That had such a job to hold on to them. Plenty of clutch moments for her. He's just worked so hard. He's got everything right out here. Patterns of play. Kept her head together and finds herself now serving for this opening set. New balls.
There is a huge difference between points won behind the first serve and second serve for Konta. There's only won 1 point from 6 behind her second. She's winning over 75% of points behind her first serve, though.
She's been so accurate. I mean,
yeah,
really trimming up the reaction time that Kvitova's got with those big swings.
I spoke about it at the start, and I think it's been key in this match. Got her out of trouble a number of occasions.
That might be one of the liabilities of that rather extravagant ball bouncing routine. I'm going to ask you about that later.
No, not the right choice of shot that time from Konta. She's faced break points in all of her service games so far in this set.
And here we are again. Kvitova hasn't been able to convert. What can she do here? Oh, real frustration for the former finalist.
Great defence once again from Konta. And that's been a huge improvement over the last 18 months too. How much stronger she is when she's pushed off the court. Her ability to make her opponent play one more ball.
Well, Jo Konta's 2 points away from this first set. If you're a bit confused about where you can now watch this match, all you have to do is go on the BBC website. If you go online on the BBC Sport website, you can actually watch the match to its conclusion. It's also available on Connected TV, on Sky and Freesat 982 and on Virgin Media 992. Jo Konta's 1 point away from the quarterfinals, which you can see on BBC Two tomorrow at 1 o'clock. See you then. Bye-bye.
Advantage, Miss Konta.
That was a positive error.
Deuce.
I mean, she was right to go for that.
Seen that play a lot from her, haven't we, this entire set? It feels a lot closer than 5-2.
Advantage, Miss Kvitova.
That's one of the breaks recovered. And Kvitova able to convert on her 6th opportunity in this set. It's been a long time coming for the Czech. She buys herself at least a little more time in this opening set.
No broken string.
Is Jo someone that changes her racket one game after the new balls? Have you noticed that?
Good bit of observation there,
Could
Sam.
be. I mean, players sometimes do it one game before on the new balls or one game after. That seems to be the modus operandi these days on tour. Back in the day, you could end up using the same racket for the whole tournament. Wouldn't dream of it now, would they? The stringers would be out of business.
They charge a fortune for re-strings these days as well.
Yeah, even with your own set of strings.
Yeah. Tennis players becoming more and more particular about their equipment.
15-13.
It also seems to have come on the women's tour as well. The men have always sort of pretty much cutting edge, the women not so much so, but that really has changed in recent years. I'm not sure they could hit the ball any closer to the tape and actually still get it over.
It sounds so clean off both players' rackets. Really middling it well.
Can't be any complaints about the conditions right now. They are perfect.
$40-13. Game is Kvitova.
Great response from Kvitova. She hangs on here in this opening set, and Konta will have another chance to serve for it.
Miss Konta leads by 5-4 first set.
And in a way, the scoreline we have now feels like a fairer reflection of what we've seen over the last, 40 minutes or so.
Yeah, it's been tight. I mean, every game there have been opportunities. Really, Kvitova has had her fair share of chances. She could be the one 5-4 up now. Yep. With all the breakpoint opportunities she's had on Konta's serve. She's had breakpoint opportunities in every single one of Konta's service games. Has only been able to convert once. There hasn't been much in it in this first set. But more errors coming off the Kvitova racket than Konta. Konta always in her own little bubble. Going through her checklist.
Very zen, isn't it? Barely a spare seat in the house right now. Buzz on this centre court. What's great also, there's plenty of screens outside in Devonshire Park as well, and these magnificent grounds where there's matches, doubles matches on the outside courts, a few main draw matches. There's a junior event as well. And they can also keep one eye on what's happening on the centre. I think all eyes on Konta in this game. So for a second time, serving for this opening set.
Great return there from Kvitova, and so quick to get up to the front of the court, taking any time away from Konta.
It's a supercharged Petra at the moment. And
Love 14.
here we are once again. More break points for the former finalist here.
Net. First. 15-14.
How quickly things can change in just 10 minutes. And Kvitova levels up in this first set.
5 games to
That's 3 games in a row. What have we just seen happening?
She's always been a threat off the return, Kvitova, in all of Konta's service games. So despite the double break Konta had, there was never really any room to relax and take her foot off the gas.
Love 15.
And a few big strikes here and there, and that's enough at this level to really change things around.
Fifteen. $30-50.
Days from Kvitova, and we're seeing her hitting her spots a lot better now on these service games.
That's 4 games in a row for Kvitova. Don't think Konta's it's going to be third time lucky on this challenge. It's right down on the baseline underneath our commentary box. Petra's being very respectful, not sitting down. Call is confirmed, and yes, that is 4 games in a row, and I'm not surprised that Joe has called on Esther Brand.
Kvitova leads by 6 games to 5.
Have a little listen in.
Ms. Konta has 2 challenges remaining.
Main thing now, we have to accept the challenge. She's playing a little bit better. We cannot resist the challenge. Accept it. Let's play it. Let's face the challenge, okay? For this game, I want you to breathe well. Between serves. Okay, that's good. In between points. Okay. Now I want you to have variety with the serve. She's waiting more. I mean, the serving to her forehand gave us a lot of points, but now she's more ready for that. So keep using variety, and if you serve to her backhand, you know where the ball is coming. Keep an eye on that. The main thing.
Yeah, I am, but in the last game she hit exactly the opposite.
Well, the main thing, Joe. Well, I'm talking about percentage, not one game in particular. The main thing is not to resist, not create resistance. Accept the challenge. You were playing well, she picked it up, she's playing now well again. Accept the challenge,
but
Joe.
The windows are so small against her, so it's a little frustrating if you don't take the windows.
You're gonna have windows. Keep creating windows. It's not like...
No, but it feels like it's not me creating them, it's her either giving to me or not.
Well,
they had no say.
I think that's the way you are feeling, but it's not what we see from outside.
Time.
Okay, you are playing well, stay with it and accept the challenge. Come on, you can do it. Vamos.
Yeah, really experienced voice there from Esteban Carril, former coach of Roberta Batista Agut, one of the best Spanish players of recent years, top 20 player, had a great French Open. Stopped working with Batista a few years ago and able to accept Konta's court. So here she is now serving to stay in this opening set.
Love. Fifteen.
Maybe just feeling that she's got to press a little harder. Kvitova very much in the driving seat here.
Choice of shot there from Konta.
How quickly things can change in what 20 minutes. Did have a set point at 5-2. Great fight back from Kvitova. 2 chances now for the Czech to close out this first set.
Net. First.
Well, she's hung on so well in this set in all her service games, but has been under so much pressure. Can she fend off another set point here?
Ms. Kvitova challenging a call on the left service line.
Well, if she's got it wrong, we'll be back at deuce.
I must say, it did look long.
Yeah, and if she's right, it'll be a second serve for Konta. So a lot riding on this Hawkeye.
Right for once.
Yeah. Second serve.
So it is a second serve. Huge pressure on the British number 1. And that looked long. So many challenges flying around all over the place here. All eyes on the screen. Oh, it's absolutely fine. And it's Kvitova with a run of the last 5 games who takes the opening set by 7 games to 5.
By 7 games to 5.
There's a rather deflated feeling now on this centre court. It's been such a good first set, and one you felt Konta had in her hands, but A tremendous fight back from Petra Kvitova. And it all seemed to sort of click in. It was sort of crisis management, Annie.
Well, from 5-2 down, she reined it in, but she was still being aggressive with her play. And yeah, there are a number of times where it wasn't really in Konta's control what was happening out there. Kvitova raised her level. You know, we're talking about a Grand Slam champion here who is capable of playing some stunning tennis, which she did. She didn't look phased, Kvitova, despite going double breakdown, being 5-2, being set point down. Mentally, emotionally, she stayed on an even keel out there. And perhaps Konta just started fretting a little bit internally. It was interesting when Esteban Carril came on at the last change of ends for a pep talk, and Konta felt like she wasn't really creating many windows and many opportunities. It was Kvitova who was either hitting or missing. But she was there. The defense from Konta was good. And she's just got to stick with it. Make sure she stays with Kvitova at the start of this second set and doesn't get too down on herself.
Well, they played last year at the US Open. You watched that one, Annie, and it was a very tight opening set. 6-3 the second to Kvitova. But there seems to be a sort of new steel about the Czech #1 these days. I mean, the results haven't come this year, but far grittier performances. But still all to play for. So Kvitova to start this second set.
Love hitting. 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 Setting.
Much tougher opposition now, isn't it, with Kvitova really in the groove. And centre court has gone rather quiet.
She was on her knees on previous backhand, Kvitova.
Deuce.
Radvanska-like, the squat shot, taking it to a whole new level.
She's got a bit further to go down than Radvanska. Yes. But this is turned into such an arm wrestle, hasn't it? Both trying to push each other off their baselines.
Advantage, Miss Kvitova.
Spoke about Konta's serve being tough to read. Kvitova's serve is equally tough to read.
That's 6 games in a row now.
Game is Kvitova.
And Kvitova in charge of this
First
third round
game,
match.
second.
Winner will play the victor of the next match on the centre court between Andrea Petkovic and Ekaterina Makarova. We've had another week where so many seeds have fallen in the opening couple of rounds. The good news is Radvanska's still intact. The winner earlier today, she'll take on Dominika Sibylkova. And then 2 unseeded players, Kristina Mladenovic, and will take on the qualifier, Monica Puig. That's in the top half, bottom half just being sorted out later on this evening.
La 15.
This is such a huge game for Konta. I mean, it's so important for her to hold here, to stop the run of games against her. And just feel like she, for her own sake, to feel like she's back in this match. There's nothing she can do about that. Too good from Kvitova.
La 13. Second.
I think it's important for Konta to really draw on the crowd's energy too, to help lift her emotions out here.
A huge point for the British #1. Has got to find a way to hang on.
Out. 40-30.
Well done, Jo Konta.
One game on.
An emphatic way to break the run of games against her, and just maybe can shift the momentum her way, back her way after leading 5-2 double break in that opening set.
Miss Konta challenge the call on the left baseline.
I'm with you, Annie.
Sure about
I
this
think
one.
this is a bad one.
Yeah. Yeah, on the line.
So 15 love, Kvitova.
Ms. Konta has 2 challenges remaining.
These two are playing so close to the lines, you think almost every core needs to be challenged.
That's a smart return for Konta to use. That hard one straight through the middle. Don't give Kvitova the angles to play with.
Sergio.
For the last 30 or so minutes, Kvitova has played at such a high level to get herself ahead here, fight back in that opening set, take command of this match. Just having a little dip. Now, can Konta take advantage?
Ms. Konta getting the call on the right baseline. Ball scored out.
I don't think this is going to be a successful challenge either for Konta. Just long.
Stands. Deuce. Ms. Konta has 1 challenge remaining.
The aces have rained down in this match. And anyone that was riding her off for Wimbledon might want to rethink that prognosis.
Deuce.
Anything short in the middle of the court, you just know Kvitova is going to be all over it.
Kvitova regroups. Looked like she might be having a wobble there. Maintains control of this third round matchup. Now, although most of the stands here, apart from the West Stand, are bathed in sunshine, it's a lovely warm afternoon. It is pretty humid. And that is the environment that doesn't really suit Petra Kvitova. She's an asthma sufferer, travels with a little spray.
It is humid, but in comparison to the humidity you get in the Far East or out in the States where a lot of the tournaments are across the summer, it's still manageable.
Still okay. Well, she hasn't gone for the little, spray thing yet. Yeah, she doesn't like those tournaments, does she, in Cincinnati? Hardly breathe there. But for everyone else, it's just gorgeous. We've had so much rain over the last few weeks. It's lovely to sort of put your t-shirt on and get your summer gear out. Not having to keep reaching to the coat wardrobe or your puffer jacket. You think, I thought I'd put those away for the winter. Take them to dry cleaners, got them completely pristine, and no, back out. That's what it's been like.
There's a packed house on this centre court.
Time.
Yes, I think this is the moment, though, when they are very polite, very conservative, very respectful of any opponents they're playing, British players. But I'd like to be a little less respectful now and just give Jo more of a boost. She's just sort of starting to feel a little uphill, isn't it, for the British number one? But we're on serve in this second set.
Love 15.
Yeah. It's predictable, but it's worked well when she's got it right.
40-13. Game is concluded. New balls, please. 2 games all, second set.
This match just having a slightly different feel about it now. Konta really recovering from losing those 6 games in a row from 5-2 up. Double break in that first set. It's taken a little time to regroup, which is understandable. And this match still being played at a high level. They've been out here at just over an hour and a quarter, and it feels like there's plenty more tennis left in this.
Fifteen live.
Just ran into that.
15 all.
Well, Kvitova is such a streaky player. You never know when you're going to have your window of opportunity. So it's so important for Konta to stay with her here, not give anything away. A few years ago, Kvitova was the queen of playing 3-set matches. I think she played more than anyone else on tour, and it just became a bit of a joke, something she started joking about on social media.
Yes, she won most of them, actually. It was an extraordinary record. They used to call her Petra 3 as her nickname. And full flight, she's awesome.
Yes, they replaced the E in her name with a 3.
14.
Fantastic.
But you know, she can be very up and down. She knows that, and that's her style of tennis. It's all out aggression, no holding back.
Wow, line to line.
Deuce.
Superb tennis from Konta, doing a great job holding her ground on that baseline, not backing up. And that takes such strong core and strength to stay through a shot like that.
Okay. First break point of the second set goes to the British number 1.
Advantage, Miss Konta.
And here's this little drift that we can see from Kvitova in terms of her intensity.
Deuce. Advantage, Miss Konta.
That sets up play from Jo Konta as she hits the front with this early break in the second set.
Miss Konta leads by 3-2, second set. First set, Miss Kvitova.
And isn't it funny sometimes how set patterns actually follow each other exactly the same time. The fifth game was when Jo broke in the opening set and then backed it up with a service hold and then another break.
Dad Gabor sat behind Jo. Mum Gabriella, she gets too nervous to watch. I spoke to her earlier today and
so she was here on the ground.
She was here. She was here watching Jo practice earlier today, and she was here yesterday. But for Jo's match against Zarenka yesterday, she actually went back home and was in and out of the living room watching on the TV, following the score and everything. But she doesn't like to watch Jo's matches live too much. She just gets too nervous.
Yeah, I think it's understandable.
Yeah. Parents have given up a lot to give Jo the best opportunities possible. And we've spoke so much about how she moved
Time.
to this country as a 14-year-old. Settled in East London, in the Docklands initially, before moving to Eastbourne.
Yes, I've got to think they like the coast. I mean, when you've had a house on Sydney's northern beaches, then it's tough to trade that for a big city. So Konta 3-2 with the break, second set.
Out. Out. 15 left. Left.
Well, I wonder how long Petra will go walkabout. I guess you were talking about intensity out there of top players, and Jo has that in spades. Mentally looks so strong here.
40-15. Out.
Yeah, it did look wide.
Game is
What a way to put disappointment behind her. The centre court crowd just realising that they might be heading into a decider here.
Miss Konta leads
Terrific
by
work
4
from
games
Konta
to 2, second set.
to get herself in a great position in this second set. I think Kvitova must wonder, where did this go awry here?
Out. 15 love. Thirty love. Forty love. Game is Kvitova.
Convincing hold, just what was required. And Kvitova keeps it to just the one
Miss
break.
Konta leads by 4 games to 3, second set. First set, Miss Kvitova.
What has Konta done well in this second set that's actually kept her in it? Because I thought it might just slip away rather quickly.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's kept her head. She hasn't allowed herself to get too despondent despite leading 5-2 double break in that first set. And she's been able to weather the storm. She stayed with Kvitova here. And it pays off. And you know that you will be able to get windows of opportunities against Kvitova because she can blow hot and cold. But it's important to take your opportunities when they're there.
I wonder if her and Esteban talked about that before the match, if he reminded her, look, okay, there's going to be times where Kvitova's going to wipe you off the court, but there's going to be other times. There's Esteban on the right there in the black top. He's the only person that's not hot here.
He's in the shade.
It's quite cool, isn't it, compared to where he coaches out of northwest Spain in Gijón. He's got a young family there. Wasn't too keen to travel. But you'll see him at a few events. That's why she has a couple of coaches who will share duties.
There's Jose Manuel Garcia, who also does a bit of travelling with Konta when Kirill isn't around.
Yeah, it's working a treat, isn't it?
Thank you.
So up just the one break in this second set. Konta at 4-3.
Third love.
It's been so impressive how she has stood up to Kvitova as you've been saying, and he held her baseline, absorbed this enormous pace, this cannonball that comes at her.
Fault. 30-15.
Kiki Mladenovic's brother and coach watching on. And the thing about Konta is that she has been able to hold her ground because she has the strength to do so against Kvitova. A lot of players don't, and quite often Kvitova is able to overpower her opponents. Not today here against Konta. Not able to hit her off. It's amazing how many returns have been directed from both players deep through the middle of the court.
Tremendous hold, and this centre court crowd just woken up to the fact that Konta's doing brilliantly in this second set. And looks like she might force a decider. So Kvitova, after taking the first, serving to stay in the second.
Net for serve.
Huge point here for Konta.
Net for serve.
perfect Petra. And just in the nick of time now, can she hang on in the second set, just as she did in the opener?
She won't doubt herself, that, you know.
Yes, for all her sort of understated charm, she backs herself as a tennis player. Yeah, that's some way to keep herself in this second set.
Ms. Kvitova has requested your
Well, it will be Konta who will serve for it, just as she did a couple of times.
Ms. Konta leads by 5 games
the
to 4,
first.
second set.
Here's
First set, Ms. Kvitova.
Franti Sumak, top doubles player in his time, fellow Czech, and new coaching setup for Petra the last few months, and see, they seem to get on very well.
No, musíš být tady na ten dalším, že na výborně servíruje, musíš čekat na šanci, no. Na výborně servíruje a hlavně hraje dobře i ten další míč, no. Dovolný ten serv. U toho returnu?
Always had a great relationship with her previous coach, David Katiza, who she was with for about 8 or 9 years. It's never a case of the coach coming on and saying X, Y, and Z. It's just like a chat, isn't it, over a cup of coffee?
Yeah.
Teď to přijde. Už to nedoservírovala v prvním setu.
She always seems fairly relaxed
Určitě to bude mít v hlavě.
during these
Místem je to výborný. Ale říkám, ona zahrála fakt neskutečně.
I don't know how much coaching Franti has done away from the women's tour, but this is the first time I've actually seen
trefit ten
her
forehand, no, na střed.
on the
Když ho
WTA
trefíš
tour.
ven, tak to vždycky otočí po té léně. A když ho trefíš na střed, do těla. A ať nemá aspoň takový úhel, víš? Ať nemá takový úhel, protože z těch úhlů potom ona to uklízí jako dobře.
It must seem strange, though, seeing David Katiza around, a coach she worked with for 7 years. I never thought that partnership would end.
So, can she do what she couldn't do in the first set? Serve it out. Let's see what she does here.
Great defence there from Konta, because all those strikes from Kvitova were just inches from the baseline.
Yeah, they'd knocked down a few barn doors, wouldn't they? So, first point safely negotiated. A little pressure off Konta here.
Oh, unbelievable.
15.
Don't think this was a bad drop shot from Konta.
No, I just
That was very quick from
She
Kvitova.
was great, really good first step, got into a stride quickly. I just wonder if Konta just showed a little too much.
That forehand played with plenty of conviction from Konta.
30-15. Net first set. Net first set.
second
40,
set
15.
she's been so dogged and stubborn. Had a chance to close out the first set. Can she do it in the second? They're living
Not yet.
every second of this. Yes, she's hit a number of double faults, maybe too many, but they've all been very aggressive second serves, not nervy ones. Still got a set point in her pocket here.
Oh, just lifted up on that backhand.
Deuce.
Now we're going to see what we saw in the first set. There was a set point for Konta. No, she wasn't able to convert in that first set. Two have come and gone in this second.
Well done, yeah. Really holding her nerve.
Advantage, Miss Konta.
Okay, Joe. Go through your process, take your time, pick the spot here. What a competitor she is, and Konta levels up to take this match into a deciding set.
All right, 6 games to 4. 1 set only. Miss Konta has requested your coach.
Let's keep an eye on her serving out wide on the due side. She's serving there very often. Let's keep an eye on that to your forehand, so you know that.
I feel like it's still better for me to cover her left-handed serve, and
We'll keep an eye.
I go there, like
Yes.
I'll move the other way, but I think that serve is less.
And it's working well because you are creating many opportunities when we are returning. The main thing, you make sure that you stay brave and you stay as a warrior. Make sure that we don't fluctuate to go a little bit shy or sad. There is no reason for that. You're working very hard. You're playing terrific tennis. Stay brave and stay satisfied. And if things don't go our way in certain parts of the match, that's okay. Okay? Other than that, you have tried to bring her in a few times. It didn't work, but you haven't played it wrong. I mean, that's okay. If you do it more often, less often, you decide. But you didn't do wrong. It was the right play. She played well. Okay? So main thing, make sure we don't fluctuate in going a little bit shy or a little bit sad. There is no reason for that. You are giving your 100% effort. You are playing very good tennis, and we have to be brave to win this match, because obviously she's playing well too. Huh? Vamos, Joe. You are working fantastic. Stay with it.
Petra Kvitova taking a very long bathroom break just to regroup after the disappointment of losing that second set. Had to have been around 5-6 minutes since Konta wrapped up that second set to force this decider. I don't think Kvitova thought she would be here after getting out of jail in that first set, and then looking really good at the start of the second, but Konta has hung on. And Konta down the far end, the northern end, ready to play. So here we go for the decider. A place in the last 8 at stake.
Final set, Miss Kvitova to correction was good. Miss Kvitova challenging the call on the right baseline, the ball's called in.
Not the way you want to start the final set. A lot of tension at the moment over this match. Pretty sure Zhang has got it right. Yeah, it did catch. Great overall. So we'll start this final set again.
Line umpire, thank you. Line umpire, thank you. Center server, please. Thank you.
Love 15. Love 30.
Strong start to this final set from Konta. Once again doing a great job holding her ground.
Out. 15-13.
How does Kvitova regroup here after that disappointment of losing the second?
It was one loose game she played. It wasn't an awful lot she did wrong. One loose game was all it took. One break of serve.
Yeah, big tennis from Konta. He looks strong here. And if it was just one break of serve that came in the 5th game of the second set, well, she could break here in the 3rd. It's very early to do so, but might be enough. You never know. Yeah, she's made it. And what a start to this deciding set from Britain's #1. As cool as you like. Breaks Kvitova for the 4th time in this match.
First game, final
And
set.
what a brilliant job she has done of just wiping away that first set where she led 5-2 with a set point. This is quite something from Konta, and something we've seen for the last year. So tough mentally.
And also, that was a long bathroom break at the end of the second set from Kvitova, but she didn't allow it to bother her.
I don't have it here. I'll do it. It will be
It's Konta who kept her energy levels up. just made it. So often we've seen Konta play into the spaces. That time round, looking to go back behind Kvitova. Boy, oh boy, talk about playing close to the lines.
I think we're trying to mix it up.
Or hit the back edge of the line.
Every time.
Ms. Konta challenging the call on the right baseline. The ball's called in.
They've both been challenge happy in this match, haven't they?
And on a number of occasions, they've been right. Seem pretty sure about this one, but it's caught.
So stands.
But from the angle that she was looking at, it would have seemed as if it was long.
She can't believe it, can she?
Ms. Konta has 2 challenges.
Oh, yes.
Absorbing the power from Kvitova. Getting down low here. Staying straight through the ball.
Well, there's been times when she's been over-pressing in this match, felt under so much pressure from the power of Kvitova. Now I think the shoe is very much on the other foot. And what a way to back up the break.
Ms. Konta leads by 2 games to love, final set.
I don't know what you think, Sam, but to me, Kvitova looks a little tired.
Yeah. And this is something that we've seen before. Just sometimes, I don't know whether it's physical or mental, but she's lost a number of 3-set matches this year.
She hasn't won an awful lot of matches this year. She hasn't played an awful lot of matches because she's only reached the quarterfinals or better of 2 of the tournaments she's played this year. I think now at this stage in the match it's showing.
You get sort of match tough, don't you? You get a match stamina. Spend all the time you like in the gym and going around the running track. But you need plenty of flying hours in these kind of situations. She might leave that one alone.
15-13. Net. Personally.
Oh, another brilliant return from Konta. That was one from the first set. And just take a look at this. What a start this could be to this decider.
Out. 30-14.
These two playing right to the lines. Konta still with a chance here for a double break.
Deuce.
Oh, yes. Inspirational from Konta.
She read it perfectly. Right there.
Advantage Miss
And
Konta.
pressure piling up on Petra. Another chance for Konta to break here. And it just drifts wide. Can you believe it? What a comeback this is. And now forging ahead in the deciding set. Konta, 3-love, double break. I can't remember seeing a match for a while where there's been such big momentum swings, can you?
No, but credit to Konta for staying at it, staying cool, staying calm. When things didn't go her way in that opening set, she didn't back off. She put a lot of trust in her abilities out here. Focus
Miss
hasn't
Konta
wavered.
leads by 3 games to our final set.
While Kvitova was on a rather extensive bathroom break, Esteban Carril, one of her 2 Spanish coaches, was on. I thought he was so measured and positive and concise. You know, the little chit-chat. He used the word warrior, and in terms of how she's got to see herself out here. And this has been it's been a warrior's performance, whatever happens from here, just to get over the disappointment of that first set. Well, this match itself worth the price of admission. What a wonderful day they've had on centre court here at Devonshire Park. Lots of other matches going on the outside courts if you've only got a ground pass. But wow, I think I've been quite happy sitting in the crowd myself. Although we do have a lovely view from the southern stand here.
La 15. Miss Kvitova challenging the call on the right baseline. The ball's caught in.
Well, challenges from both of them pretty much hit combined, I think, double figures. And
I don't think she looks totally convinced.
no, I'm not convinced. It's the one under our commentary box. It's the baseline under here. And she was, yeah, again, you see, it's just the angle that they're looking at the ball. If you're looking along the line from the side, you're not going to get a call, but looking from behind it, you'll see it as out.
(30-15). Miss Kvitova has one challenge win.
Wondering whether she just saw Kvitova move out the corner of her eye there.
So 30-all in this game. It's, even though she's up a double break, still feels like a huge point here for the British number one. Former finalist Petra Kvitova just frustrated that she hasn't been able to hit through Konta. Oh, what a way to close out the game. And how quickly she's gone into a 4-love lead in this final set. Agent and Dad look on.
Miss Konta leads by 4-love, final set.
Physically, it's Konta who looks like she's got more energy out here. She looks the stronger of the two. Kvitova certainly half a step slower than what we saw from her earlier.
It's been a brute of a match, hasn't it? It's just gone into its third hour.
Love 13.
No, that drifts long as well. Don't think Kvitova can quite believe what's happening here.
Love 14.
Smart returning from Konta. She mixed it up perfectly.
This final set's been so impressive, hasn't it?
Fifteen, 14.
just had
Near side
clipped.
line. The ball's called out.
Konta rather keen to get to the change of ends. And so many challenges in this match, I've lost count. Has it clipped? No, it hasn't.
From the line judge.
Konta is hurtling towards the quarterfinals. That's an extraordinary run of games.
Miss Konta. Miss Konta leads by 5 games.
And there
to
seems
final
no way
set.
back for the two-time Wimbledon champion. Just sum up, I mean, to me, this is one of the best sets of tennis I've ever seen her play. But Anne, you've hit with her, you know her so well. I mean, just sum up what you've seen over the last half an hour.
I don't think the level from Konta has dipped from what we've seen from her in the first and second set. They haven't been drastic as what we've seen from Kvitova. Kvitova, to me, her energy levels haven't been the same in this final set. As soon as Konta was able to break her in that opening game, it just seemed one-way traffic. The momentum was all with Konta, and she's just been able to sustain her level so much better than Kvitova out here. She looks comfortable. She's Konta's reading the play much better now. Kvitova just looking more flat.
Yep.
Flat-footed.
And we've seen this a lot. It's probably been her worst start to a season in a very long time. Now ranked outside the world's top 10. Hasn't played badly, has played extremely well out here, but you're right, the energy levels when it's gone the distance have been questionable. And I think Kvitova sits there wondering how on earth she's in this predicament. But Konta won't be worrying about that. How well she has put disappointment of losing that first set behind her. And here she is serving for a place in the last 8.
Fifteen.
Really has served well out here this evening and, well, this afternoon when this match started.
Sergio. Please, thank you.
She has delighted this centre court crowd. Match point for Konta. What a way to finish. And Konta is back in the quarters at Devonshire Park.
7-6-4, 6-1.
An incredible performance from the British number one. She fought so hard, didn't allow disappointment to get the better of her after leading in that first set, 5-2 with a double break.
An extraordinary win.
A superb win for Johanna Konta over Petra Kvitova for the very first time.
Wow. Now she deserves a standing ovation that she's got around this court.
Petra Kvitova.
But now she's beaten a two-time Wimbledon champion. And Jo Konta, a top 20 player, underlining those credentials. Wonderful moment for Dad and the family and Mum watching at home, who have put so much time, effort, commitment into getting Jo to this stage. And she looks pretty unfazed, just delight at the win, but you can almost see her resetting now for her next match.
She's going through the process.
She's going through the process. We love the process. Whatever it is, we like it. And she will play the winner of Andrea Petkovic or Ekaterina Makarova, the champion here 6 years ago, the Russia. But right now, Jo, I hope she can just absorb this, soak it up, because these are special moments. A wonderful win. What to put on her CV. And right now, she is with Annabel Croft. Just getting in position now, and hope she enjoys this one. This is special times for Konta. A lot of pressure coming back to home soil, but she handled it so very, very well. So, right, she's all set with Annabel. Let's hear from her.
Well, many, many congratulations, Jo. That really was an outstanding performance. How does it feel to have beaten a two-time Wimbledon champion on grass here in front of a home crowd?
Well, I'm not sure there are words big enough to describe that. The support that you all have shown me, not just today and not just yesterday, but the previous years, I really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
And what was the key to the match today?
I think both of us were playing at a really good level in parts, and also we I think both struggled to keep that level up in certain other areas, and I felt I was just better able to maybe string a few more points together. But otherwise, I'm just really happy to have just stayed really in it, stayed fighting and running.
And your backhand and your return of serve, and of course the serve as well. They were all on fire out there today.
I really felt I couldn't really pick one shot out that was better than others. So I'm really happy overall with how I was able to maintain the level the way that I did. And yeah, and I'm most pleased about just having another opportunity to play again tomorrow.
Yeah, you're up against either Petkovic or Makarova in the quarterfinals. What are your thoughts on facing either of those two?
Well, both of them are world-class players, and yeah, I don't think there's any preference here of who you want to play in this event. Everybody is equally as good, so I'm going to work on now recovering and getting ready for tomorrow, whoever I play.
Well done. You've given everyone here really something to cheer about. Jo Konta, ladies and gentlemen, well done.
Thank you.